What's good, everyone? It's your guy, Lord Wedid. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we're going to be back on the Sucks series. I know I was supposed to do that video a bit earlier, but shift in schedule. You know how things are. Sometimes those things happen. This one's been highly requested by my man WS Sportsfan 34. He told it to me on Twitter because I was asking previously about the Sucks either between the three of those guys, either Johnny Gargano, Cody Rhodes, or CM Punk. And he requested Johnny Gargano's. So, your wish has been granted, my dear friend, and sorry for the delay. Without any further ado, let's get into it. 19 reasons why Johnny Gargano sucks. And by the way, I was able to conjure up a few bonus reasons that should tell you how much Johnny Gargano sucks. And in all honesty, the first time I saw him, I was like, I don't get the hype behind this guy. I remember we were watching a Royal Rumble with me and my friend, and he told me about this Johnny Gargano guy, blah 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 blah. I checked him. I was like, dude, is that a Is that a teenage prepubescent teenager who's pretending to be a wrestler? Call 911. In all honesty, that's a kid who escaped his house and he's pretending to be a wrestler. Whose kid is this? I was like, honestly. Without any further ado, let's get started. His shitty theme song. Oh my god, I remember that Rebel Heart, was it? The one on NXT? Oh my god, what an annoying theme song and a Titantron. Don't even get me started on that. That's a perfect sign when someone sucks, by the way. Reason number two. His attire is stupid mago. Ha ha. I mean, look at the way he dresses. Oh my god. If that doesn't scream comic book nerd, I don't know what does. Or an infantile man child, I don't know what does. Reason number three, cannot be taken seriously. If you look at him and the way he's being booked by that absurdity, you cannot take the guy seriously because you look at him with his like prepubescent beard and his child face and him looking like a child by comparison to someone like a Montez Ford, for example, or anyone of that caliber. You cannot take the guy seriously. Which leads us to reason number four. Was a big deal in NXT Black and Gold, or as we call it, Whack and Old. And you already know each one of those people that were big deals on NXT, they will turn out on the main roster. They will be major flops. We had many of them, such like Andrade, Lister Black, and blah blah blah, whatever. The list goes on of those losers from NXT Black and Gold were major flops. Which now we'll get to reason number five. Can't cut a promo. This guy absolutely sucks on the mic, and he sounds like, "My name is Johnny Borano or Gaygano. I am gonna bore you with my nerd fetishes because I cannot cut a promo." He's very annoying in a way. Now, reason number six. Bad psychology. Because if you look at the way he wrestled on NXT, his in-ring psychology sucks. He is a completely reckless moron and poorly trained. Much like all of those most of those NXT Black and Gold favorites, poorly trained, didn't develop at all, remained the same jackoffs they've been when they were brought up, only spent getting more beat up on NXT. And when they get to the main roster, they do like their two or three moves. They look like shit by comparison. But all of that is due to the biggest jackass of them all, the gamer, Noseman himself, Triple Fraud. Reason number seven, Thin Skin Snowflake. I remember the guy literally blocked my man's TWRP. Shout out NCJC. I love you with all my heart, brothers. And you are spitting facts on this sucks on Johnny Gargano, the video you did, by the way. He is a very thin-skinned snowflake. And I remember when you said he got butthurt and shit. And I know you guys would beat his punk ass. He's a little midget. Now we'll move on to reason number 8. His feuds with his lover, the garden gnome Tabasco sauce. Oh my god, the typical friendship and betrayal, noseman's specialty, and those two being absolute talentless morons who cannot act for shit and who doesn't understand the fundamentals of what it means to be a pro wrestler and to understand the character works and the feud aspects. Because you'll notice, yeah, Johnny, ah. No, the other guy who looks like a garden gnome that you'll find on the gardens, the little gnomes, and Johnny Barano like, Tommaso, I am coming to get you. With his old ass haggard grandma of a wife. Man, I remember like even my mom looks way better, even though she's older than Grandma Lorraine. She looks way better looking. Damn, she's like 40 or something, and she looks way older than my grandma did. God rest her soul. Now we'll move on to reason number 9. No personality. Much like all those NXT schmucks, the ones that Noseman favors, of course, you'll notice they have a similar trait that will reoccur. Is that they have no personality, they're boring schmucks, and they'll be like, oh, I'm wrestler A or wrestler B or wrestler C or wrestler X, Y, or Z, who gives a crap. They have all similar traits. I am a pro wrestler, happy to be there type of person who offers absolutely nothing and who will contribute in low ratings. Much like all the ones he always favored, because in his marked mind, that's what he monologues always. My legacy must be protected. Ugh. So I gotta hire a bunch of jobbers who are beneath me so I can look like the god that I think I am. He's on the he's somehow a bigger egomaniac than Sasha Skanks, the CEO, or the legit hoe. We all knew that, and Flimsy Phil combined if they were to fuse together. Then again, now reason number 10: annoying voice. Much like Rhea, Seth Rollins, and all those thin skin snowflake jabronis, you'll notice they have a similar trait, which is when they start talking on the mic, you'll get annoyed. They'll raise your blood pressure. You're like, dude, shut up, or I'll slap the living fuck out of you. Shut up. And they'll bore you to death with their promo skills. You don't get entertained the way you used to, like someone like, as an example, with The Rock or a Stone Cold or a John Cena to some extent. Even a Randy Orton, when he was on his Legend Killer days, was leagues above all those flunkies that Noseman favors nowadays. Now, reason number 11 comes off as an annoying person, which is a similar trait to one of the sucks that will be coming on later on, and one of my one that's going to be my favorite to do, which is none other. I'll give you a spoiler, guys. It's going to be about Stardust. Mr. Cody Rhodes, what do you want to talk about? You're only smoke and mirrors to me. Oh, smoke and mirrors, you jackass. Wait for my sucks. I'm gonna bury the living fuck out of you. That's a promise. Anyway, that's not about Cody Rhodes. We'll remain on Johnny Gargano. When you look at him, Johnny Gargano comes up as an annoying person. As, if you prefer, a comic book nerd. A degenerate, if you like. Let's say you were at a Starbucks or whatever. You'd ask for your espresso or whatever, and you move on. But with him, he'll be like, I want my espresso to look like a Power Ranger, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? Some nerdy stuff, and he'll be like ordering 1,000 requests or something to make it sparkly and ridiculous for someone of his age. Immature man child, anyhow. Now, reason number 12, which correlates to reason number 11. Action figure dork and a comic book nerd. Not that there's anything wrong with people liking anime and all, I understand. However, the cool ones who like anime and all are good people, and they're not mentally deranged the way someone like a Johnny Gargano or any one of those marks are. You guys are cool, the good ones. My hat's off to you. However, those degenerates, the degenerates who are so obsessed over action figures and blah 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 blah, blah the way like a Johnny Gargano or a Matt Cardona and all, you'll need to see a psychiatrist. It'll do you good, peep. It'll do you good, dudes. In all honesty, that's just my advice as a good-hearted person. Now, reason number 12, 13 was it? Yes, 13. He is boring, peeps. Oh my god, what a boring schmuck. And I remember each time I see him and all, I'm like bored. I'm like, really? Is that the guy that they were overhyping to that extent? He makes Seth Rollins, and you know how I feel about this jackass. He'd make him more entertaining than him. At least with Seth Rollins, even though he's a cuckold and all. But you can make fun of how much of a flamboyant, goofy jackass he is. And you'll be like, oh my god, this guy can't be serious. He's gonna dress more ridiculously than he did before. Oh my god, what a is he really a cuckold, or is he that much of a delusional jackass? Anyhow, we'll get to reason number 14, shitty moveset, which correlates to all the other black and gold favorite. The flips and kicks, no psychology, bad selling, and absurd booking at its finest, which is all due to Noseman being a lazy, incompetent bum who doesn't know how to do his job. Yet you'll have Marks defending him on Twitter and all, and or anywhere on like Facebook pages and all. They'll call you like you're a bigot. You don't know what you're talking about. Vince did shit and all. Sure, Vince's booking wasn't always great. However, at least with Mr. McMahon, you were able to laugh at the jobbers. But with Noseman, you're like annoyed, and that's a bad sign. That's a sign that your show absolutely sucks. If it sucks and at least you're getting a laugh out of it, it's tolerable. But if you're annoyed and not getting a laugh, more like baffled by the stupidity, that's worse. And that's what most of Noseman's Black and Gold was. And now the main roster is turning into it. And yes, you guys were right, NCJC. I'll give you another shout out. You guys were right. And in all honesty, when I remember Triple H's ascension to power, I was talking with friends of mine back then in high school. I told them it was going to lead to disastrous consequences later on because we know Noseman how much of an insecure petty bitch he is. And I remember being 16 years old at that time. In all honesty, not to brag or anything. I remember being 16 years old at that time and was able to see how things would turn out. Yet those marks are too infantile to understand those things. Now we get to reason number 15. He had the ego to call himself and Black and Gold bums like superior to Raw or SmackDown guys, even though they should be thinking in their minds, damn, what should I do to get myself over and to move on from this dump. But no, you don't have their oh my god, I'm a star. I made it to NXT. No, no, no. No, you're in the developmental because you're not good enough to be on the main roster. You're not good enough. It's like the same example of someone like a Ethan Page or Trick Williams. If knows there is a reason why they didn't put them on the main roster and they choose boring schmucks like Penta and Ray Phoenix to put on the main roster because they're not good enough and they won't know how to do what to do with them because Noseman can't do a good job. He's he's a lazy bum and his flunkies are just a bunch of beta male yes men who are getting paid way too much. Cut all those jabronis and you'll have like two or three, maybe four at most. You don't need 30 people on the creative team. Four at most, it's good enough. You fire the rest or whatever. That's what that's the way it should be. I'm not okay for people losing their jobs. It happened to me sometimes. I don't wish bad for them, but you'd have to be realistic. If something needs an effective of like 4 or 5 person, you get 4 or 5 person. You don't get 30. In all honesty. Anyway, we'll move on to reason number 16. Can't act for shit. Much like all of those NXT black and gold bums, they weren't trained to be entertainers and all. They're just like, oh, I am professional wrestler. Hey, I have to do the in ring and blah 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 blah. Blah. Who gives a fuck? Even though your wrestling skills absolutely suck, your in ring psychology is trash. The way you sell moves is dog shit, as well as the way you behave as a character is dog dookie water. It means you're poorly trained and you have no understanding of the fundamentals. Now we'll get to reason number 17. I know it correlates with previous reasons, but it figures a mentioning. Johnny Gargano seems like the type of person that is a zero in terms of charisma, much like a Sami Zayn and all those jobbers. He's like a, eh. You see him, you won't be impressed, but like you were to see a John Cena, for example, or like Randy Orton back in the day, like 2007 or somewhere of that caliber. Or if you were to see Edge or someone of that level, you'd be like, damn, that guy's freaking cool about the Cena, Edge, and Orton and all. You'd be like, those guys are cool. But if you see like Johnny Gargano and all, you'll say like, that guy's obviously the epitome of being an uncool shit. Now we'll get to reason number 18. I guess I previously said it before. The Rebel Heart theme song, as well as his current one with the as the DIY, more like DIJ, Do It Jobbers, which will be a bonus reason later on. Oh my God, how can you come up with such lame theme songs? Are you that much of an incompetent, or Death Rebels and CFO are that much of imbeciles? They should be fired. Then you'd have someone like a Jim Johnson of that or someone of that caliber to get the good theme songs. Anyhow, last but not least reason number 19, his fan base. Much like all the fan base that overhyped the Mark favorites like your Seth Rollinses, your Rhea Ripley's, your Sami Zayn's, your Sasha Banks, your Becky Lynch's. Not a shot against you, Rami. You're cool. You're cool, and my hats off to you, sir. But most of those degenerates who are favoring those mediocre bombs, they will like harass you or something, but will block you because they cannot handle the truth of being exposed. Anyhow, now we'll get to the bonus reasons. The team of DIY, or Do It Jobbers. DIJ, Do It Jobbers. Oh my god, what an annoying tag team. And you can already tell, much like the Street Profits are teasing, and much like the Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss team, they'll have the Noseman specialty, which is friendship and betrayal. Because that's all knows how to do. Either the friendship and betrayal, or nonsensical garbage, or rinse and repeat of other failures expecting different results. He is an insane person, that's for sure. Bonus reason number 2. He's a dweeb. I know I illustrated this before, but if you were to like hang out to like have a small chat with him, you'd figure out that guy's a dweeb. Bonus reason number 3. His prepubescent looking face. He doesn't look intimidating at all. If you look at him, it's more like a prepubescent, in all honesty. Bonus reason number 4. His shirts are stupid as well as his nickname, Johnny Wrestling and all. How about Johnny Neckbeard or Johnny Prepubescent, you little shit? Bonus reason was it number 5. The way on NXT Black and Gold. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that boring team. The only one that was actually a competent star and that should have been shouldn't have been wasting his time with those flunkies was Austin Theory. That guy is the more talented out of that crop and he's leagues above them and should have been treated as such. Another bonus reason. Bonus reason number 6. Get special treatment by nosemen during Whack and Old, much like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and you'll see later on they offer absolutely fuck all. And the final bonus reasons, it took him thousands of years to be on the main roster. I know it's not thousands of years, but it's metaphorically speaking, and that's a sign that that someone sucks. And to as for your request, Rami, or your Jey Uso sucks video, it's coming after that one, my dear friend. And you're gonna love the thumbnail that I'm gonna put out on Jey Uso. So with that being said, this pretty much ends up this video. I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know if you'd like me to react to something on the comment section or on my Twitter feed. I will reply to you, and I'll do the reaction or the awesome or the sucks. It'll be much appreciated. As well as previously on the sucks part, you have the choice between either Stardust or CM Punk now that Johnny Gargano's been done. You decide on that one. And for the awesome, you have either two, either Rey Mysterio or Randy Orton. Whichever one you decide, I'll do. And as for the reaction, just let me know which part you'd like me, or segment or whatever you'd like me to. I'll do it with pleasure. So with that being said, I'll see you next time, my friends. Take care. I love you all. Peace.